So I've lived in Florida now for a little over 25 years, and there are some things that lots of people who are moving to Florida wish that they'd known about first. There are thousands of people moving to Florida. In fact, data compiled by move.org from the moving companies shows Florida is the #1 state people moved to in 2021. We're going to jump into weather, things to do, the people, a lot of different things, but let's start with the weather. Probably the most obvious, but one of the questions that I do get asked all the time from people coming from basically anywhere else is, how hot is it? I mean, is it bearable? It is a different heat from other areas in the country. So November through to about April, it's basically the most perfect weather that you can imagine. It's great to be outdoors, windows, doors are open, that nice cool breeze coming through the house. Yet we can get frosts though, even in the Tampa Bay area, which is where we live and sell real estate. So don't be in too big of a rush to get rid of all those winter layers, because once you've acclimatized, you might be glad of them on a winter morning walk or gathered around the fire pit with friends outside on a cold winter's evening. Now, from May till late October, it does get pretty hot, in the high 80s and incredibly humid. It rains a lot, about 20 to 40 minutes every single day in the summer, so be prepared for that. But other than that, because it's such like the most perfect of winters, and it sure beats the grey dreariness of England, which is where we're from, so the weather is a massive win for so many of us. Honestly, if you don't like the heat of summer, just treat it like you might have treated winter somewhere else. Have more time indoors, be in the cool, do indoor things. But if you like boating, you're going to be out on the water. I think we should probably mention hurricanes and floods right here. Some people moving to Florida literally never think or worry about them, and other people are obsessed. Yeah, we're at risk, so plan the best you can and take any watches and warnings seriously. We're all supposed to get prepped at the start of hurricane season. So just get prepped, and then you can just set those things aside and know that you're ready if a storm comes. Next thing to think about moving to Florida is the wildlife. Now, the #1 thing that everybody mentions to us is, are there gators? Yeah, there are gators. And if you see any kind of water, if you see water, as a rule of thumb, assume that there's a gator in it. Even if there wasn't a gator in it 5 minutes ago, there probably is now. So just assume that there is always one in the water. But there is a lot of wildlife here in Tampa Bay and Florida in general. We see deer, turkeys, we get snakes, raccoons, eagles, hawks, herons. I mean, we get a ton of different wildlife, and some of it's migratory too. But do plan ahead. Pack some bug spray, because the mosquitoes can be troublesome for sure. Another thing you need to know about in moving to Florida is the traffic. And in Tampa Bay, some areas are okay and other areas are horrendous, and that can vary from time of year and also time of day. So rush hour, for example. So when you're planning a place to live, you should definitely include getting some genuine commute times and ask about seasonal variations. We have a good number of toll roads. It can make it easier to get to where you're going and arriving on time, but you might need to actually add that to your budget. Next up, the people. So many people assume, in the past especially, that everybody in Florida is elderly, right? Well, Tampa Bay isn't really the retirement capital of the USA anymore. There's some truth to it, but quite honestly, the demographics are changing. We do have a very wide range of ages living here, and we have a wide variety of different cultures to enjoy as well. One of the other things I love about living in Florida is there's just so many choices of things to do. I mean, there really is something for everyone. You've got so many things to do throughout Florida too, with Orlando about a 2-hour drive away, the Florida Keys, and so much more. So if you're looking for an active lifestyle and you're looking for restaurants and shopping, then Florida's also an amazing location. One thing you want to think about from a housing point of view is insurance costs. When you're purchasing a house here in Florida, know that insurance costs have really started rising, and more people in Tampa Bay are feeling the impact of that. And that's happening for a few reasons. And the number one, unfortunately, is insurance fraud. Most of it focused around roof fraud. Now, while we're also talking about home and your contents, I'm going to be mentioning furniture. You might want to consider actually not bringing it all with you. Yeah, the majority of our clients do bring all that stuff with them and then wish they hadn't, because the general theme in Florida is a much lighter, brighter vibe, and plus being a peninsula, any move to Florida, unless you're right up at the border, starts to get pretty expensive coming from other states. The population in Florida has absolutely exploded, and the Tampa Bay market is one of the hottest in the country. And I think that rarely is a reflection of the quality of life here. Yet housing's getting really tough, with less affordability than we've had historically. And people are needing to move further away from the heart of Tampa Bay to be able to find affordable homes, looking at areas like Odessa, Spring Hill, Apollo Beach, Wesley Chapel, Lutz. All these areas have a good amount of new construction going on too, and we work in new construction all the time. Now, our team works throughout Tampa Bay, and we work with people from all over the world, so we can help you explore all your housing options so that you can make the best decision for you. So if you want to reach out to us, let us know roughly what you think you're looking for. Even if it's in a couple of years' time, we can start helping get you prepared and help you explore different areas of Florida.